This is the valley of the River Somme in France. It's beautiful countryside, but only in peacetime. In 1916, one of the bloodiest battles of the First World War was fought here. The notorious Battle of the Somme. Allied soldiers tried in vain to break through the German lines for 5 months. Tens of thousands died. The Allies blockaded Germany and stopped food from being imported. Before the end of the war, more than 300,000 people had died from starvation. Paul von Hindenburg, the most popular general and a symbol of victory, became the chief of the German General Staff in 1916. In March 1917, the First Russian Revolution broke out. To capitalize on the unrest, the Germans sent Lenin into Russia on a freight train. In November, he led the Second Russian Revolution and seized power from the provisional government. One of the first things he did was to take Russia out of the war. In January 1918, the United States President Wilson presented a plan for a just peace. This just peace never eventuated. Finally, on August the 8th, 1918, in the biggest tank battle of World War I, the British overran German positions and took 16,000 prisoners. It was the German army's blackest day. Hindenburg and his general quartermaster Ludendorff announced that any continuation of the war was hopeless. On the 29th of September, they offered an armistice to the Allies. However, the German Reichstag had already demanded a peace agreement over a year earlier. This demand can be regarded as the first step to German democracy. Prince Max von Baden was appointed Chancellor on the 3rd of October 1918. 4 weeks later, he introduced a new democratic constitution. On the same day, the sailors of the German High Sea Fleet at Kiel mutinied after they were ordered to make a suicidal attack on the British Navy. This mutiny led to workers' and soldiers' councils being set up in Kiel and other German cities. On November the 9th, 2 revolutions broke out in Berlin. A communist revolution led by Karl Liebknecht and Rosa Luxemburg, and a democratic revolution led by the Socialist Democratic Party, or SPD. Philipp Scheidemann, a social democrat, proclaimed the new democratic republic from this window of the Reichstag building. Kaiser Wilhelm abdicated the next day. The National Council of Representatives was an uneasy coalition between the SPD and the left-wing Independent Socialist Party. Prince Max von Baden handed governmental powers over to its leader, Friedrich Ebert. In effect, the National Council of Representatives became the new German government. This meant that the Germany which finally signed the armistice in this wagon in France on November the 11th, 1918, was led by Democrats. The Supreme Army commanders made sure that no one from the military signed the armistice. Instead, it was done by the politician Matthias Erzberger. He was later assassinated for this very act. Even though it was obvious that Germany could not have won the war, a legend was created and spread among the German people that the undefeated German army had been stabbed in the back by the Democrats, the November criminals. In January 1919, Karl Liebknecht and Rosa Luxemburg, the leaders of the communists, were murdered by right-wing ex-soldiers, the Free Corps. Their bodies were thrown into this canal in Berlin.